I want to collect a lot of money for my mother, and I want to make a palace for my mother, and I want to make my mother the queen of the palace. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, respected judges, respected teachers, respected students, and dear my friends. Myself Jayanti Devnath before you. Today I am going to talk about my mother. Okay, let's start. At first, I want to introduce myself some little bit. I am Jayanti Devnath before you, and I am from Norshindi. Recently, I am living in Dhaka for my educational purposes. Now, I am a student of English therapy. That was my introduce. Come to the point. At first, if I want to say about my mother, I want to say the first line is I can't live without my mother. I can't think a single day without my mother. Believe or not, swear of God, I can't think a single day without my mother, because I saw that from my childhood my mother suffered a lot for me, and I want to do everything for my mother, and I have a plan for my mother. I never ever shared it with my mother. For this Mother's Day, I want to share with you. And in future, I want to collect a lot of money for my mother, and I want to make a palace for my mother, and I want to make my mother the queen of the palace, and I want to be a servant of the palace, and I want to say my mother, do you know, my mom, this is everything is for you. What you want you can do with this money. If you wish you can waste this money. If you what you wish you can do with this money. This is my dream, this is my big dream. I never said it to my mother. That's the reason I am sharing with you. And another thing is, within I am 19 years old, and within my 19 years I have got a lot of certificates, I have got a lot of medals. And do you know the behind the story of this? And only for my mother I have got a lot of certificates, I have got a lot of medals. And that's the reason I always try to mix with my mother, and I always try to make happy my mother. Do you know, for this Mother's Day, today in the morning, I called my mother and said, my mom, I love you, my mom. And my mother was smiling or laughing and said that, Jayanti, how many times I have to hear from you that I love you, I love you, I love you. And my mother was laughing. And I said, okay, mom, I love you. That's the reason I always try to say you, I love you, mom. And I am always habituated with this line to my mother. Then I always try to say, I love you, I love you. And my mother was laughing, and this is my happiness, I think so. I always try to make laugh to my mother, and pray for me. If I can fulfill my dream, it will be very happiest moment for me. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening me.